Am I supposed to touch this there?
Somebody just paid.
Move your head, please. Yeah, hallway.
This is one I requested earlier.
Oh, it was a site.
All police vehicles.
So I can't figure out what.
No, it's
motion
okay.
is for. I'm gonna call Sampson first. Attorney Silver, so you checked in. Let me handle the in custody case and then I will get to your matter.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Okay. This is case 2206086802, the people of state of Michigan versus Eric Michael Sampson, who is defendant 2 in charge with assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, set for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Andrew Daniel, here on behalf of people P85495.
Counsel on Sampson. Attorney Paradula.
Judge, I tried to give him a date earlier. He said he's not to the judge.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right, Mr. Sampson, I'll recall your matter when your attorney's ready to go. Okay, Attorney Jefferson.
Yes. I'm ready. Well, I don't think, has the Macomb County zoomed in?
No,
I'm
you ready for your
waive my
client?
client's presence.
You want to waive his presence?
If they not coming for today, I'm saying.
They will come, they're not here yet.
Oh, okay.
You want to wait a moment?
I will, thank you.
Okay. All right. Attorney Silver. This
Yes,
is
Judge.
Set aside a benchmark. Motion set aside a benchmark. Actually, will you put out another
Okay.
I'm sorry, not Sampson, whoever Luke. I thought it. Terrence Blue. Thank you.
Right.
Excuse me, it's not Terrence, it's Terrence Blue. Okay, calling, case 20058-027, people of the state of Michigan versus Terrence Jalen Blue, charged with
That's not on.
one count of reckless driving causing serious impairment of body function, set for an emergency motion to set aside a bench warrant. Appearances.
Morning, Honor Danielle, here on behalf of people P85495.
Attorney Silver,
Yes,
I just called your client's case.
Dedrick Collins?
She has another case, that's her
Oh.
PCC.
So you're not here for Jalen Blue or Terrence Jalen Blue?
Not that I know of.
Okay, your office asked if they could be heard on Terrence Blue for an emergency motion to set aside a warrant.
Okay, so I don't know who his lawyer is, but I can certainly find out. Whoever it is didn't ask me to stand in. But I'll check right now, Judge.
Okay, you want me to just call your case first, though?
It's up to you. I don't make the order. You do. You have the pretty robe.
I'll call your case first. You can figure out. I think it's attorney first. Let me call.
I'm going to call him right now.
Okay.
Text him. It's pretty poor planning on behalf of my office.
I just told him to log in before 10:30.
Okay.
Okay. This is the people of the state of Michigan versus Dedrick Collins. Case 2357150. Mr. Collins is charged with one count of police officer fleeing third-degree vehicle code set for a probable cause crime for state appearances.
Good morning, Honor Danielle, here on behalf of people P85495.
And good morning, Your Honor. Gabby Silver appearing on behalf of Dedrick Collins. My bar number is 36382. I don't know if he's signed on yet. If not, I would waive his presence. He has called my office every day for the past week, so he is, I've had a lot of contact with him.
Okay. There is one person that's logged on. It may be him. If it is him, I will put him on the record, but I will waive his appearance as of now. Attorney
Judge,
Silver, you have?
We're asking, I do have paper discovery. We're still waiting for video, and we would ask the court to schedule this for an exam date.
Mr. Terrence, any information on this digital discovery?
Yes, digital discovery was sent to Ms. Silver's email on 7th, the day before yesterday. If she'd like to double check, it would have come from evidence.com.
Yes,
She
I
can-
know. I'll check. If I don't have it, I'll call you. I check it almost daily. I don't remember seeing it.
No problem. You can just email me and even if you do have it or you think something's missing, just email me and let me know the details and I'll track it down for you.
Okay.
Okay, can you do June 15th at 11:30?
I cannot, Judge. I'm going to be in Macomb County that day. I could probably do someday the following week.
Yes,
but
Okay, so. What day next on the week of the 19th can you do?
the 22nd, 23rd.
Okay, how about the 23rd at 9 o'clock?
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Have a good one. And I've called Mr. Cripps about signing on.
Okay, thank you. Are we ready on Sampson?
Judge, I am prepared to waive my client's appearance for today.
Okay. And ma'am, with the Motorola device, what is your name? We just checked in with no name. What's your name?
Adriana Glenn.
Judge Sabree, that's Attorney Doc's client. He already signed in and their date was previously set by you for June 16th at 9 a.m.
Okay, Ms. Glenn, your exam has been set for June 16th at 9 o'clock a.m. in person at 36th District Court, okay?
Yes,
Make sure you contact your lawyer for any more details, okay?
yes. I don't have the number to my lawyer.
Okay, the clerk is going to put it in the chat for you so you can write it down, okay?
Yes,
But don't log off until you get that number.
and you said the 16th, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you find 16th at 9 o'clock in person at 36th District Court. So just wait for the clerk is gonna chat you the number for your lawyer now.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, Judge. I'm checking in for Jamez Farmer.
Okay, good morning. Give me one moment. We're gonna handle Darnell Allen, 2161047, the people of the state of Michigan versus Darnell Allen, charged with one count of police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing causing injury. Mr. Allen is also charged on 2260743 with one count of stolen property, receiving and concealing a motor vehicle. And Mr. Allen is also charged on 2161801 with one count of possession of weapon in jail, count 2 assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, count 3 police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, count 4 malicious destruction of building, $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000, also set for a probable cause conference. Here's
Good morning, Your Honor. Danielle Parrish, representative, Eagle 885-495.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thomasine Jefferson on behalf of Darnell Allen on all three matters. P42872. Your Honor, this time I am requesting to waive my client's appearance. I believe it's my understanding he's in Macomb County Jail. And we are asking for a live exam date.
Okay, I'm thinking the best thing for this would be in the afternoon for the 3 cases.
Yes.
Okay.
What's been done to advance it forward?
Your Honor, since he's in Coleman.
Right, so the announcement number has most recently spoken with the foster care worker about that within the last week, and that has not been implemented over the last couple of weeks.
Thank you.
How about June 30th?
Check that. What time are we talking about, Judge?
$11? And there'll be no exams as scheduled after.
Can we do 11:30?
We'll probably have to take a lunch break if all are holds, but that's fine.
Okay, that's fine, because I got a 10:30 and I doubt.
Okay. So I'm just gonna set them all for 11:30 and not schedule anything after.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And I'll let your client know his date if you want.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
You too, bye-bye.
Yeah. I didn't want to say one. I'm going with you now. Right.
Ms. Glenn, did you check the chat? Ms. Glenn, did you check the chat? Do you see the number, ma'am, for Attorney Docs?
No, I don't know how to check it. I didn't get it yet.
Attorney Medley, ready?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. Case 2357045, the people of the state of Michigan versus Gregory Jones. Mr. Jones is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed, count 2, weapons, firearms possession by felon, count 3, weapons from firearm with residual offender report, with this notice set for a probable cause conference. State appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P854995.
Good morning, Your Honor. Romy Messi, P68245 on behalf of Mr. Jones. Your Honor, my client is present.
Mr. Jones, can you unmute your device and state your name, please?
Gregory Deshaun Jones.
Okay, and this PCC was adjourned, I forgot why.
Your Honor, I believe we didn't have discovery. I have paper discovery. I'm still waiting on video discovery, but I do need to set this for a preliminary examination hearing, Your Honor.
Okay, any information, Ms. Parrish, on the digital discovery?
Sorry, my computer's slowing down, Your Honor. Double checking here. Our records indicate that it was sent to council on May 31st from evidence.com, and the paper was sent separately from PBK. If you want to double check on May 31st.
I'm gonna double check, but I thought that evidence.com was the paper discovery, but I can check again and I'll call the prosecutor. Your Honor, who's the prosecutor there? I'm sorry. What was the name again?
Daniela Parrish, and you can email me if you do not, if you're, whatever you're missing, sir.
I'll send the email.
I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you. So, Judge, I think we're going to need to set it for a preliminary examination hearing.
Can you do the 15th?
I cannot, I actually have an exam in front of Judge Giles on the 15th. Could we do Friday, the 16th?
Can you do 9 o'clock?
July 12th, let me check on that. I can do July 12th, Your Honor.
You say July 12th?
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Oh, no, June 16th. I thought you said June 16th.
Oh, yeah. I can do June 16th, Your Honor.
Okay, at 9 o'clock?
Can we make it 10 o'clock?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Jones, your exam has been set for an in-person preliminary examination for June 16th at 10 o'clock a.m. at 36th District Court. You understand that?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else to read the party?
No, Your Honor, thank you. Have a great weekend.
You as well, you're all set, Mr. Jones, you can log off.
Okay, thank you.
Attorney Hamilton,
Yes, Judge.
good morning. You have Woodward, Parker, and who else?
I've got also Jeffrey Buckner and Yaya Kita.
Everybody. Oh, that's a name. I'm sorry. All right. Let's start with Woodward, Mr. Woodward, he's here. Mr. Buckner next. And the people of the state of Michigan versus Bernard Woodward, case 2357141. Mr. Woodward is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving, concealing $20,000 or more. Count 2, stolen property, receiving and concealing a motor vehicle. Count 3, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing with the habitual offender second offense notice set for a probable cause conference today. Appearances.
Edwin Sawaki, P54828, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Vanessa Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Mr. Woodward, who joins us via Zoom. Could you say your name for the record, Mr. Woodward?
Bernard Woodward.
Attorney Hamilton, do you have discovery on this case?
Yes, I do have all discovery on this case, so we'd just be looking to set a preliminary exam date.
Okay. Do you have the afternoon of the 21st available?
Unfortunately, no, I do not.
What afternoon do you have next, the week of the 19th available? I'm going to put all 4 cases on the same day. If you can do
Okay,
that.
I could do the 19th or the 20th.
We're closed on the 19th.
Oh, yeah, Juneteenth. The 20th if possible. If not, we'd have to go to the next week.
The 20th works, we actually have one already scheduled for 9 o'clock on the 20th.
Excellent.
So you'll have 4 exams if you're setting them off. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the problem. The issue is someone's covering, right, and they want the offset from 9, because they're not. But like, this would be kind of, so whoever, well, we just one turn. Or we could do 1/3.
No, keep it in
9 and 10 or 1.
9 is good.
Okay. I can do 9:15. That's good. All right, so 9 o'clock on June 20th for Mr. Woodward. Mr. Woodward,
Yes.
your exam has been set for an in-person preliminary examination for June 20th at 9 o'clock a.m. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, anything else on Mr. Woodward's case?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Woodward, you can log on. Mr. Buckner, this is people of the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey Lindell Buckner, 2357144. Mr. Buckner charged with 1 count of police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing set for a probable cause conference today. Appearances.
Edwin Sawaki, on behalf of the people, P54828.
And Vanessa Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Could you say your name for the record, Mr. Buckner?
Jeffrey Buckner.
Okay, you have discovery on this case, Attorney Hamilton?
I do have discovery, Your Honor. I'm looking to set a preliminary exam date.
Okay, so let's do June 20th at 9:15.
That works, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Buckner, your exam has been set for June 20th, 9:15 a.m. at 36th District Court. You understand that?
Yes, that's in person.
In person, sir, at 36th District Court.
All right, June 20th.
June 20th, that is a Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set. You have a good weekend, sir.
All right, you too.
Which case is just, okay. So let's handle Samuel Parker next. And we'll do Parker and then the two, okay. 2357-037, people of the state of Michigan versus Samuel Parker, charged with one count of assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, that for a probable cause of power disappearances.
Edward Milwaukee, P5488, appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Vanessa Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Mr. Parker. I don't believe Mr. Parker is logged on, Your Honor. I would ask to waive his presence and set a preliminary exam date.
Okay, I will waive his presence. That date will be June 20th at 9:15.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
No, he's in track.
Yes,
Yes, he has two.
oh, there you are. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sorry, I was hiding.
Yes, you were.
Come on, I'm not that big.
I know you're not gonna remember.
So I have, are you here for, an exam as well?
No, it's just.
Okay, all right. So I have both attorneys here. This case 2357158, people in Michigan versus Yahya Omar Kita, defendant number 1, and Lee Flowers Jr., defendant number 2, both charged with one count of stolen property, receiving and selling a motor vehicle set for a probable cause conference today. Appearances.
Edward Milwaukee, P548, appearing on behalf of the people.
Vanessa Hamilton.
No,
Vanessa
I'm
Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Yahya, defendant number 1.
And my apologies, Judge Matthew Dupree, P0132, attorney for defendant number 2, whose presence I'd ask court to waive if I have anything.
Okay, I will waive your client's presence. And for Ms. Kita, have you been in contact with your client, Attorney Hamilton?
Your Honor, I have not been able to get in contact with my client, but that is due to my schedule, not necessarily due to him. So I would ask to waive his presence.
Judge, for what it's worth, I have been in contact with this client, and I will make sure to get the contact information for the attorney to the client as well. I'm sure we can.
Okay. I'm looking to make sure I can schedule this one as well on June 20th. Give me one moment here.
Judge, I not to cut you off, but the 20th is a bad day for me. The 21st works for court. And for attorney Hamilton.
That would be the question. Does the 21st work for this case, Attorney Hamilton?
I can if it's in the morning, Your Honor.
You said it is in the morning?
Yes,
Okay, how about 9:30?
that works.
Actually, I'm gonna put it 9:15 for, I'm getting coverage and they want it scheduled before 9:30, so I'm gonna put it 9:15.
Okay, thank you.
That's Your Honor.
So June 21st at 9:15. Anything else from either?
Oh, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Judge, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I know I just said the 20. Oh, you know what? No, it's a 10. Never mind, Judge. I have about 236 things I'm trying to balance it for you, but I think I can work with it. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, all right. You have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Attorney Perlman, just call your case.
Ready, Judge.
That's fine. Oh, no, okay. Just need to mess on. This is like 2015. What did they do here? Did I give you two? Okay, 160574008, people of the state of Michigan versus Jamez Farmer, charged with count one, controlled substance delivery, manufactured narcotic or cocaine, less than 50 grams. Count two, controlled substance delivery, manufactured marijuana. Count three, weapons, firearms, set for a probable cause conflict to their appearances.
Edwin Sawarkey, P5488. Excuse me, Your Honor. Hearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge. Jeff Perlman, P80517, appearing on behalf of Mr. Farmer.
Attorney Perlman, do you have discovery?
I do not have discovery, Judge. I'm requesting to waive my client's appearance and requesting discovery, but I would also like to schedule an exam date.
Okay, I will waive your client's presence, first of all. All right, Mr. Sawarkey, Attorney Sawarkey, any information on discovery?
You're missing digital, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we're trying to track down the digital.
Is it because of the age of the case?
Yes.
Okay. Attorney Perlman, let's see, does the 15th work for you?
15th, yes, that will work. Let's see, actually, it's currently scheduled for the 16th. Would that work for the court?
A little ugly on the 16th. Yes. Can you do 10 o'clock?
Yes, that'll work.
So June 16th at 10 o'clock. Yeah. And the people, I believe, are still looking to see if any digital exists.
Judge, would 10:30 work? If not, 10 o'clock's fine.
I'll put 10:30.
Thank you, 10:30.
All right, you have a good weekend.
You as well, thank you.
Mr. Sampson, your attorney has not logged back on. Whenever he does, I'll call your case, okay? You're on mute. I can't hear you. You have to unmute your device, Mr. Sampson. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, Judge? I couldn't hear you.
Yes, your attorney logged off. I don't know where he is, but once he logs back on, I will address your matter. So we're just waiting for your lawyer to show back up.
By any chance, will I be able to speak with the court on my behalf of what's going on in this case? Not to give an argument. It's basically about the bond issue.
You can address bond for sure. You can definitely address bond, but I want your attorney present before you say anything, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ready on right?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is case 2356956, the people of the state of Michigan versus Ryan James Wright. Mr. Wright is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by felon, count 2, weapons, ammunition, possession by felon, with an habitual offender forth of his notice set for the exam today. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Everyone's watching 548, hearing on behalf of the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Judith Gray on behalf of Ryan Wright, P44567. Mr. Wright, can you state your name for the record, please?
Brian, WRIGHT.
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
WRIGHT.
Thank you. Good morning. Okay, today's day set for exam. How is everyone doing?
People are ready, Your Honor.
Ready to proceed.
Any preliminary matters?
Yes, Your Honor. People have supposed exhibit the judgment of sentence from Oakland County. I believe it's case 132468082-FH. And it shows the conviction, felonious assault, I believe. Going back to the year 2000, June 27th, 2013. And it has been certified by
Attorney Grady, have you had a chance to review that?
I have, Your Honor. I have no objection, but it's for purposes of the exam only, please.
Okay.
first time.
Yes, for exam purposes only, it'll be admitted.
Thank you.
Before you call your first witness, I do want, this is Sampson in custody, I want to handle this matter.
Certainly.
So we don't tie up the Zoom. Attorney Gray, give me one moment. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, ready on Sampson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is case 2260868, people of state of Michigan versus Eric Michael Sampson. Mr. Sampson is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, and is defendant number 2. He's also charged, actually, that is only 1 count charge. Set for a probable cause conference. Appearances.
Edwin Milwaukee, P45. Excuse me.
Good morning.
On behalf of people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court, Adele Haradwala appearing on behalf of Mr. Sampson. I can see Mr. Sampson is in the Wayne County Jail now. And Your Honor, this is a 3-count information which I have on Mr. Sampson. Felonious assault, felony firearm, and assault and battery with a habitual second notice. Am I missing something?
Yes. Mr. Sampson is defendant number 2 and only charged with 1 count of assault with a dangerous weapon.
All right, Your Honor, I understand now. Okay.
He's also charged with assault or assault and battery, but that's a misdemeanor. We don't address the misdemeanors.
Okay, Your Honor. So he is not charged with felony firearm, correct?
That is correct.
All right. In that case, Your Honor, I need to go into a breakout room with Mr. Sampson and see if he wants to waive the examination.
Okay. Mr. Sampson, I'm putting you into a private room so that you can speak to your attorney. It will take you in there automatically. Just make sure you unmute your device so he can hear you. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Back on the record on Brian Wright. Mr. Sawaki, you can call your first witness if there are no preliminary matters.
No further preliminary matters from the people, Your Honor. I would call Officer Cameron Brooks.
And then before we bring Officer in, if there's anyone on YouTube or Zoom who may be a witness on this case, now's your time to log off. If there's anyone in the courtroom who may be a witness or testify, now's your time to leave the courtroom. Attorney Gray, do you have any other preliminary matters?
No, Your Honor, just sequester the witnesses. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Swear to tell the truth, the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, make sure you have a seat, and speak up in the microphone.
Thank you.
You ready?
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, could you state your name and occupation for the record, please?
Yes, sir. First name is Cameron, Cameron. Last name Burks, Burks. Work for the Detroit Police Department.
And how long have you been with that agency?
Just under 6 years.
Are you a member of a special unit?
Yes, I am.
And were you on duty May 16th this year?
Yes, I was.
And were you on duty in the area of 6110 University Street, Detroit, City of Detroit, County Wayne?
Yes, I was.
And what were you doing in that area?
Executing a search warrant.
And when you arrived on scene, what occurred?
When I arrived on scene, I was assigned to the Halligan position. Therefore, I knocked and announced our presence, Detroit Police search warrant multiple times. And I was met at the front door by the defendant.
And is that person here in the courtroom today?
Yes, he is.
Could you indicate his location and a piece of clothing that he may be wearing?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wright is seated in the first pew wearing a black button-up long sleeve shirt.
Let the record reflect that the officer has identified the defendant.
So reflected.
After you greeted or were greeted at the door by the defendant, what occurred next?
I escorted Mr. Wright out of the, I ordered him out of the residence along with a couple other individuals that was inside.
And what occurred after that?
After that, myself and the rest of the entry team, we made entry into the residence. Once it was deemed safe, we conducted a search of the residence pursuant to the search warrant.
And did you recover anything in the residence?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
I recovered a black and silver Smith & Wesson semi-automatic handgun that was inside of a black cloth holster that was located in the basement behind a red refrigerator on top of a rolled up piece of carpet.
Did you find any ammunition?
That weapon was loaded with multiple live rounds in the magazine. However, I did also observe a silver .22 long rifle magazine that had multiple live rounds in that. That was located on a shelf in the basement though.
Did you find anything else?
That is all my observations.
And what happened? What was done with the weapon as well as the ammunition?
Both the weapon and the ammunition, along with the holster, that was all placed on evidence.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Yes. Morning, Mr. Police Officer. So, do you know why the search warrant was granted by that location?
I believe that it was in response to a shot spotter.
Are you familiar with that, shot spot?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, when there's a shot, so routinely do you answer to shot spotters information in?
Do I answer shot spotter police runs?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, does it give exact addresses or is it like a global location?
It gives an exact address. However, there is I believe it's an 80-foot proximity, 83 feet maybe, but it does give you an actual address.
So, is it possible that you would have got a search warrant for any other address in that local area, that map?
I did not do the search warrant on this case, so I'm not familiar.
Okay, so, is there a person that answers the shot spotter, say, information, or runs that?
Your Honor, I'm gonna object to the relevances for this particular witness anyway. He's here based on a search warrant, not shot spot.
Okay. Well, he seems to be familiar with what a shot spotter is and why he's there, even though it was in relation to a search warrant?
It's not, one, it's not relevant to probable cause, and the officer already testified that he did not, obtain search. So,
Okay, but I think the question is, did you know who? Is it correct, Attorney Craig, you asked who knows or who would know about ShotSpotter in this case? Okay, so I believe that would be relevant as far as who council's trying to figure out knows about ShotSpotter related to the search warrant.
okay.
Do you know anybody on your team that was familiar with that ShotSpotter information?
That ShotSpotter incident, yes, I do.
Was it the officer in charge?
Officer Paul, yes.
Thank you. So that location was 6110 University Place, is that correct? That you entered?
That's where the search warrant was for, correct?
Now, do you know who owns that residence?
Not offhand, no.
You don't know that if Mr. Wright rents it?
No, I don't know that. I've seen Mr. Wright there multiple times, though.
And you mentioned, I think, without me asking, that you didn't really know what was in the search warrant, is that correct?
I was briefed on the search warrant. I did not read the entirety of the search warrant, though.
Do you happen to know in the search warrant is mentioned that Justin Alexander, do you know that?
Not offhand, no.
You didn't interview anybody, did you?
No, I did not.
Did that probably?
Yes.
So once that you recover a weapon behind a refrigerator, I think under the carpet, you do not know it's Mr. Wright.
I recovered the weapon. It was behind a red refrigerator. There was a void between the wall and the refrigerator. However, there's a piece of rolled up carpet standing straight up, and on top of that was the semi-automatic handgun. However, I don't know if that was Mr. Wright's gun.
Right. So once you recovered it, did you turn it over to somebody?
Yes, so once I recovered the firearm, I placed it on evidence, and then it's turned over to the 11th precinct where they will conduct a NIBIN, National Integrated Bullet statistics on it, and so I turned it over to the 11th precinct.
So you would be the one that ordered fingerprints?
No, absolutely not.
But you would agree that the fingerprints on that would be Mr. Wright's if he owns it, right?
Correct.
Once you have you reviewed any videos by chance?
No, I have not.
Have you recall after recovering this weapon that there was a document you thought it was titled?
Not offhand, I don't recall that.
You recall Mr. Wright denied that the weapon was his?
I don't believe I talked to Mr. Wright.
Did you search any other parts of the house?
Yes, I did.
Did you find any other weapons?
There was a facsimile firearm that was found on the first floor.
What does that mean?
A facsimile firearm? It was a fake gun, possibly a BB gun, something along those lines.
And you found BB ammo?
I don't recall finding BB ammo. I didn't recover that facsimile firearm.
Do you know if that weapon had the serial number?
The
one that you.
Yes, it did.
It does. Do you know who the serial number for that weapon belonged to?
I don't have the registered owner in my report for who owned that firearm. However, if I was able to see the firearms report that I completed, I would be able to tell you if the firearm was registered.
You don't have your report with you, right?
No, I have my report, ma'am. I reviewed my report. However, I did not put whether the firearm was registered or not in my report. Normally I put that in there's a box for it in the firearms report. So if you had the firearms report, I'd be able to tell you.
Let me see. Sorry. Firearms report. Did it say firearms report at the top?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Usually look. Yeah, I do, I think now that bad approach stuff.
It'll be, there's another form that goes with this. Yeah, it'll be on the back side.
Could be this one.
That is exactly it.
If you could review it to refresh your memory. It's not, so was that weapon registered?
No, that firearm was not registered.
So it was legally purchased, but wasn't registered. Does that make sense?
Well, I couldn't tell you if it was legally purchased because it's not registered.
I have nothing further, thank you.
Redirect. Officers, stated on, that you saw the defendant there on several occasions. Could you elaborate on that?
Yes, so a couple weeks before this search warrant took place, that's when we received a shot spotter run to a location nearby. And I actually talked to the defendant on the actual shot spotter base run. He was standing outside of 6110 University Place.
Did he say anything significant at that time?
That he didn't hear any shots fired.
When you were searching the house, did you observe anything that would show residency actions?
I did not recover any residency.
I have nothing for you.
Can I say one more thing?
There was no question.
Okay.
Nothing further.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. The officer in charge, with the
What's his name?
Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan, Paul.
I'm trying to get Mr. Sampson out of here. So I'm going to call that matter again, because he's in custody and this whole.
Third time's the charm, all right?
Yeah, we understand. Oh. This is a recall on People versus Eric Sampson appearances.
Edward Milwaukee, P548, A appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the most honorable court, Adil Haradwala, 40095, appearing on behalf of Mr. Sampson. We're both joining the honorable court by Zoom. Waive our appearance in the courtroom. Mr. Sampson is from the Wayne County Jail. Thank you for the opportunity to allowing me to speak with him, Your Honor. My client understands his right to a preliminary examination. He's going to waive that examination. I did explain to him that at the examination, the prosecutor has to prove by probable cause that the crime of felonious assault and did occur in the city of Detroit, and there's probable cause to believe he may have committed the crime. He understands the probable cause standard. He is willing to waive the standard. He understands he's going to go to circuit court to resolve this matter out. He also understands, Your Honor, he's not charged with felony firearm at this time.
Okay, Mr. Sampson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you force you or threaten you to waive your exam today?
Yes, I am.
No, I said, did anyone force you or threaten you? to
Oh,
waive
no,
your-
I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to hear, but no, ma'am, they did not.
Okay, good. Did anyone promise you anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, I will have you bound over to Third Circuit Court before I, bind you over, I believe, you wanted to address bond or bond needs to be addressed?
Yes, Your Honor, I do want to address bond. Your Honor, the bond was set at $15,000 cash. Mr. Sampson did contact a bondsman and the bondsman was paid, but unfortunately the bond was never posted. Before the bondsman could even post the bond, he was called into Chief Judge Mecanico's courtroom. The bond was amended to $15,000 personal. There seems to be some problem, Your Honor, because that happened last Friday and today is this Friday. So a week has passed by. Mr. Sampson is still in the Wayne County Jail. I'm respectfully requesting the most honorable court to look into this matter, see what the situation is, and ensure that he gets that personal bond so he can be released today.
Okay, so I have on the ROA that it's not a personal bond, so I will make sure, I was gonna change it to a personal bond anyway. So I will, update, for some reason it says here 15,000 cash. I will change that to 15,000 personal. I will also, once I get done with the docket today, this morning, I'll call the tether enrollment, division to see what's going on and how long it'll take for tether. No contact, Mr. Sampson, with the complaining witness. That means no contact through social media, through third parties, through letter, through any type of communication. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, so I am, making sure that your bond is at 15,000 personal as it was supposed to be. And with that, you'll be bound over to Third Circuit Court. Since you are still in custody right now, your arraignment on the information date will be 1 week from today. So that will be June 16th at 9:00 a.m. Frank Murphy Hall of Justice.
June 16th, sir, okay?
Okay.
And you need to call me, okay? I will be speaking with your good lady and giving her my number.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be released.
You will be released later today. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Now, there's a tether restriction on here.
You will have a tether on you, okay?
Okay, that would be today.
So that's why I don't know if it'll be today, but I'm going to call and let them know that you've been waiting a week already. So it may be today, maybe tomorrow, but I will actually call to make sure, since you've been sitting there a week with the wrong bond.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Everybody have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
You said third time was the charm.
Yeah, third time. Mr. Sampson, I'm logging you off.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna check right now.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Swanson.
Yeah.
Back on the record on Mr. Brian James, right?
Witness is here. Give me some.
Okay, you swear to tell the truth, or truth, nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Officer, could you say your name, job title, and employer record, please?
Sure. Police Officer Ryan Paul, work for the Detroit Police Department.
And how long have you worked for the police department?
12 years.
And in this case, what is your role?
The officer in charge of the case.
And were you present for the the execution of the search warrant on
Yes.
6110 University?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and that occurred on April 27th, 2023, I believe.
May 16th.
May 16th? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. And, did you know who resided at that location?
Yes, the defendant, Mr. Brian Wright.
And are you familiar with the defendant?
Yes.
Is he in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point him out?
Yes.
And,
He's seated in the front row wearing a black shirt.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that the officer has identified the defendant. So reflected. And how do you know that?
I spoke with him on the 16th.
And did you have an opportunity to speak with him before that?
Yes.
Do you call the date by any chance?
On April 28th.
On that date, what, did you have a conversation with him?
I did.
And was there any, did he give it, what was that conversation?
I had recovered some shell casings out of the front yard of his residence there at 6110. I spoke to him about that.
And how do you know that was his residence?
He told me.
Okay, I have nothing further.
Cross.
Morning.
Morning.
So, was your team in response to a shot spotter information?
Yes.
Result? And is somebody on your team that does that?
I do that.
You do that. So, I get a better understanding what a shot spotter does. Does it give you information in regards to ammunition or gunshots or in a certain global area?
Yes, there's a, just to give you a brief idea, text gunshots within a range, in this case, it's a portion of the 5th precinct. Gunshot detection immediately notifies dispatch and officers respond to locate any possible shooting victims, any evidence of crime.
So would that possibly take you to another address other than?
So, Honor, I'm going to object to this line of question. Defense counsel, the legality of the warrant. We're not here to challenge the warrant, we're here to show that the probable cause of the day of the search.
I did have questions as to the search warrant, Judge, as to its accuracy.
I would allow as far as the shot spotter questions so far.
Okay.
Because the officer in charge does have information about shot spotter, and it does connect to why they ended up at that location, or how they got to that location.
I'm just objecting to any question for the legality of the warrant.
Validity.
Validity, thank you.
So, and you go to proceed?
Yes.
So that can take you, rephrase it, that can take you to a number of addresses, correct?
Correct.
And did you, because of that, concentrate on just one address, which is 6110 University?
Initially, yes. On April 28th, yes.
That's the only time you got the shot spotter
Correct.
for that address?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So to execute a search warrant, the owner doesn't know about it, right?
Correct.
Actually, you don't know if Brian Wright even owns that house, do you?
Toby lived there.
Pardon me?
Toby lived there. I'm not sure if he actually owns it or not. I don't have that information.
Okay. So you were part of the search. Did you find any paperwork to ascertain who the owner might be?
I did not.
You didn't find any like titles or deeds?
No, I did not.
So, to get a search warrant, you had to have sworn, verbal
Your
information.
Honor, I'm gonna, again, as this is going to the ballot, I'm not saying that right, the search warrant.
I agree.
Your Honor, I wanted to ask a couple questions in regards to the accuracy of the statement in the search warrant.
That's something to try to fact, so.
For the validity of the search warrant, is what you're questioning?
Right, I wanted to ask questions because there's something that's sworn on here that is different than video.
Your Honor, the search warrant was issued by a judge, so it's a valid search warrant.
That doesn't mean it's valid because the judge signed it. It was signed by a judge and approved.
Yeah, but at that point, the probable cause.
Existed, yes, it allowed the police to come in and execute. If he's the applicant of the search warrant, he can speak to the search warrant today. Is there some reason why you did not speak to it today if he's the applicant of it?
Because probable cause is met for the search warrant already. And if they're going to appeal that judge's decision, that's something to be concerned.
It will be addressed, but as far as Attorney Gray, you're trying to understand whether or not specifically the information in the search warrant regarding the shot spotter, or what is it?
No, not the shot spotter. As to a couple of statements in regards to witnesses that were possibly interviewed by the officer in charge.
Well, that would also be hearsay.
That would be hearsay, yes. Regarding what witnesses said who aren't here today to testify unless there's some exception.
It's only in regards to, like I said, some information that I received from the video. I guess I could ask, did you review any of the videos? This case?
There's a, which
Before
video?
Your interviews?
Yeah,
Okay. So in regards to them having reviewed videos, and the answer yes, then he would remember the video in regards to the question that I was about to ask.
What's the question? Right ahead.
There's two questions. In regards to the interview with Monica Jenna, I think her name is.
yes,
She mentioned that there was a possible drive-by shooting and they were, she was implicating a defendant.
Is that an objection?
Yes, objection, on hearsay.
Attorney Gray, do you have an exception for this? So this is hearsay.
Is this hearsay, Judge?
I don't know what Monica, this woman is.
I don't think it's hearsay because he said he reviewed the videos. If he would have seen the same thing I'm asking.
That's hearsay.
That's huge.
All right, I'll just challenge it to circuit court, Judge, that's fine. So were you the lead of the team that executed the search warrant?
yes, as far as the case is concerned.
Right. Did you see the recovery of a weapon from,
House of Burks.
yes,
I was in the same room, I can't remember, I exactly saw it,
okay.
exactly saw it, witnessed it, I was in the same room at the
You were
time.
in the same room?
Yeah.
Do you know then where was recovered?
Yes,
And where do you say it?
in the basement, behind the refrigerator basement.
So did you order any fingerprints on it?
No,
You agree that the fingerprints were done, you don't know for sure that Mr. Wright's fingerprints are gonna be on it, correct?
I don't know.
Do you know who the owner of that was?
Yes,
Who is that?
I know who purchased it, I don't know who the owner is.
Okay, you know.
Monica Jenna.
It wasn't Mr. Wright then?
Correct,
Alright,
yes.
but how do you know? Because does she have records of the serial number?
No, through an ATF trace, you get the trace information after the fact,
You don't know if Monica put it there, do you?
I have no idea.
Thank you, I have nothing further.
You right?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any other witnesses for the people?
No, no, Your Honor.
Any defense witnesses?
No, yeah.
Your Honor, people motion, that the defendant be found over on weapons, firearm possession by felon, and weapons ammunition possession by felon. Exhibit one of People's Exhibit 1, shows that the defendant is a convicted felon. They were here to determine probable cause for the charges. And the officer is, people have met the burden. There was a legal search signed off by another judge, so probable cause for that search warrant was met. And during that search of the defendant's residence, as the officer Paul testified, he talked to the defendant and admitted that the house was his. Therefore, he's not to be in contact with any weapon, and a firearm was found along with ammunition. People have met their burden, and we ask that this matter be found over the circuit. Thank you.
Attorney Gray?
Yeah, I believe that this is a question of fact, and part of that, I do want to alert the court to know that I do want to challenge the search warrant for possible mistakes that are in that warrant. And since I couldn't question the officer today, I'm probably going to do that circuit court. Just so the court knows. Thank you.
It is a question of fact, we try to fact, this is a case of possession here, because count 2 is satisfied with the exhibit that was entered. And it was ineligible to possess the weapon. So for count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon, there's testimony that first Officer Burks, has seen the defendant at the house several times and found the defendant in the house and met Officer Burks at the door at the time of the execution of the search warrant, along with the officer in charge testimony that speaking to the defendant on April 28th of this year, the defendant did admit that that was his house, or stated that that was his house. The gun was found in the basement to be hidden. Behind the fridge, rolled up in the carpet, along with rifle magazine with 5 rounds in the basement. That gun being a black and silver Smith & Wesson that was loaded. I do believe people have met the burden of proof of probable cause. Mr. Wright, you'll be bound over to 3rd Circuit Court for further proceedings. The next stage will be an arraignment on the information, and that will be 2 weeks from today, so that'll be June 23rd at 9:00 a.m. Okay, and bonds continue unless you want to address it.
Got may I make representation on my client? He does work, he has his own company, he does take emergency calls, he is on tether, he's not violated that tether. We're asking the court to allow him to work from a couple hours earlier, such as 6 in the morning, until 10 p.m.
Anything for the people?
What type of work does he do? No objection, Your Honor.
I'm listening to curfew altogether. So you still have the tether, no curfew.
Thank you, Your Honor. Go on station.
Thank you, Judge. You should wait for an order then?
I'm sending it right over to the tether unit. If you want to wait for the order, you can.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. We're sending it over.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. I had, you hear me now, man, I gotta go fishing. The other defendant already made it. No, no,
I don't care. You got that.
What'd you say?
That parking is crazy.
No,
it's Taylor Swift.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I guess they're selling all her stuff. They're selling all her stuff, her items and stuff.
Is Beyonce here too? Is her concert gonna be here?
Yeah.
I need to know the date. I've got to find the date of that, because I'm taking that day off.
Yeah, that just be crazy too.
Drake.
The
Swifties and the Beehive.
Yeah. Right, I've been doing Sesame Street Live.
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Paw Patrol.
So I see the ATM. Whenever I see them, I'm like, hey, y'all, you can pick somebody. Sometimes.
Did you want the folder or I give you the registration?
I already know.
Tell him to come back.
There's a lot of
June
times.
15th.
Yeah.
And what else?
Oh, all right.
Take that.
You know this.
People state of Michigan versus Dale Andre Williams. Mr. Williams is charged with one kind of weapons carrying concealed with habitual offender third, as noted, set for example. Pearson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela Parrish on behalf of the people, P85495.
Judge, may it please this most honorable court, Benson J. Toussaint, 58609 on behalf of Mr. Dale Williams, who is present in court today.
Mr. Williams, please state your full name for the record.
Dale Andre Williams.
Your Honor, at this point in time, Mr. Williams fully understands that he has a statutory right to an examination. Whereas the people of the state of Michigan will have to prove by probable cause that crime occurred, and Mr. Williams committed that crime. However, at this time, Mr. Williams, understanding that will be waiving his right to an examination, having this case bound over to the Third Circuit Court for all further proceedings to this matter. There have been no threats, there have been no promises, there's been nothing made to Mr. Williams to forego this examination. Is that correct, Mr. Williams? Correct.
Did everything for me. Thank you. Any objections on the brief?
No objection, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Williams, I find your waiver to be freely understanding and voluntarily given. So you'll be bound over to Third Circuit Court, Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Your arraignment on the information date will be 2 weeks from today, June 23rd at 9:00 a.m. Body is continued.
Thank you. We'll have to change it over there. Yeah, we'll change it over there, so you can say it work. Okay, so I'll get it for the next day. Yeah. Thank you. You take it.
All right, thank you, guys.
Okay. Mr. Dobbins. Young. He was actually a client of your friend of mine, passed away.
Oh.
Gary Jones. I was helping Gary out, well, helping out his. Okay.
Dobbins.
Sir.
Case number 2355862, the people of the state of Michigan versus Dwight Richard Dobbins Jr. The Dobbins Jr. is charged with 1 count of weapons carrying concealed. That's what we have today. Here, please.
Evidence walking CR438 and the average people.
Judge, may I please this most sound report offense engaged with sign 58609 on behalf of Mr. Dwight Dobbins Jr. Requesting for ready to be questioning any and all witnesses who testify in this matter, whether in here in court or on the video. These questions at this point in time, they're going to be testifying in purposes.
Yes.
Okay, does anyone on YouTube or Zoom? Now is their time to log off. You may be a witness or may testify in this case. Does anyone in the courtroom who may testify or witness on the stage now to kind of leave? Mr. Dobbins, can you state your name for the record, please?
Right now,
Any preliminary matters?
None from the people.
none on behalf. It's ready.
Okay, you find your first witness, Mr. Watkins.
Call Officer Sean Perry.
Step up to the court reporter, give her your name and spelling.
Officer, can you say your name and occupation for the record, please?
Deshaun Perry, police officer with the city of Detroit.
How long have you been with the city of Detroit?
A little over 3 years.
And were you on duty March 8th this year?
Yes.
And in what area were you on duty at?
In the area of Finkel and Archdale.
And that's in the city of Detroit, County Wayne?
Yes.
And what were you doing in that area?
Routine patrol.
And while on routine patrol, did you observe anything?
Yes.
And what did you observe?
A vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed down Archdale from Finkel, north of Archdale from Finkel.
Excuse me, Your Honor. At that point in time, what did you do?
I was in the passenger seat. My partner also found who was driving.
What's the officer's name?
Blanham.
Thank you.
Position the scout car behind the vehicle. I was able to read the license plate at Penmore and Mern. Ran license plate through Lean, discovering that it was uninsured and the plates were expired. I advised my partner of my discovery and watched as he initiated a traffic stop at Penmore and Grove. After initiating that traffic stop, the vehicle began to pull over to the right, but continued to roll slowly down Fenimore towards Western Nichols.
Were you able to, did the vehicle eventually stop?
It did eventually stop.
What happened next?
Well, as the vehicle slowly rolled towards Western Nichols down Fenimore, I watched as the driver of the vehicle used both his hands to reach towards the center console and towards the radio of the vehicle. I watched this for like the whole time the vehicle rolled down the block, all the way until it stopped.
When the vehicle stopped, what did you do? What happened next?
I exited the scout car and approached the passenger side of the vehicle.
At any time, did you observe the driver?
Yes.
Is the driver in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you give us his location in the courtroom and the article of clothing that he was wearing?
Blue button behind the defense counsel.
Was there anybody else in the car?
Yes.
What occurred next?
On approaching the vehicle, due to the movements and how long the vehicle took to pull over, I asked the front seat passenger, was she a CPL holder, if she had any weapons in the car.
I'm saying, Jim.
Say that one more time.
Once I got to the vehicle, I heard my partner speaking to the driver. I spoke to the front seat passenger, and I asked her, was she a CPL holder, and if she had any weapons in the car.
And her answer,
No.
what, occurred next?
Both occupants were detained from the vehicle. Due to having no insurance and the plates being expired, and due to how long the vehicle took to pull over, the vehicle can be impounded.
And, well, and I'm sorry, Your Honor, I forgot to ask it, let the record reflect that the defendant was, or the officer, identified as the defendant. Being searched
Yes.
and what was found?
Well, before the search of the vehicle, I observed my partner recover a black extended magazine that he advised was at the feet of the driver. The magazine was loaded with the numerous rounds. At that time,
Where was it from?
at the feet of the driver, we had the occupants of the vehicle advised that there were no weapons inside the vehicle. However, after finding that extended magazine, we had reason to believe otherwise. So we began the search of the vehicle, not only but in routine search, but in search of a firearm. We searched the vehicle, and I later recovered a firearm.
Where was that firearm, located?
It was in a compartment behind the radio.
Why is that significant?
It's a common hot spot for contraband.
That's based on your experiences as a police officer?
Yes.
What type of weapon was it?
A black Glock 30.
Loaded?
One round, a live round was chambered.
What happens to weapons?
Excuse me?
What happens to the evidence of weapons and ammunition?
Yes, the firearm was placed on evidence at the 11th precinct.
And what occurred next?
At that time, after the recovery of the firearm, I ran the driver of the vehicle for CPL, negative results. I ran the firearm and discovered that it was stolen out of Houston. It was reported stolen by Houston PD. Yes.
I assume that's Texas.
Yes.
Was the defendant arrested at that point?
At that time, he was placed under arrest.
And did you conduct him to detention center?
Yes, we conveyed him to the detention center, route to the DDC. The offender made an excited utterance stating that he was visiting from Houston only to renew his driver's license. He was conveyed to DDC, and he's also ticketed for having an expired driver's license.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
So did you run the vehicle to find out who the vehicle belonged to?
I did.
Who is the vehicle belonged to?
The front seat passenger.
And you indicate the weapon was found in a compartment behind the radio. How was the weapon found?
I found the weapon.
How?
Out in the compartment.
Did you use the wand to make determination that there was something behind the radio?
Did I use the what?
Wand.
No, sir.
Were there any other officers that came from the scene?
So it was 3 of us and another officer made our location to await for the tow.
Three of you all, who besides yourself, and Officer, I believe, Flannel, correct?
Yes, Officer Flannel was driving, I was in the front passenger seat, and my partner, Officer Biggs, was in the back seat.
So it was a 3-man vehicle?
Yes.
And this was marked or unmarked?
Marked.
Black?
Yes.
And are the Detroit police, is that in like the matte black or is that in silver?
It's black, matte black.
It's not the white vehicle with the lights on. And you indicated that as a passenger, were you following the vehicle to see it was a high rate of speed, or how did you make that determination?
So at the time, we were on Bingo. We were facing west, the vehicle was facing east. I was typing something in the computer. I heard my partner state that a white Durango was flying.
Okay, so you didn't see it.
I looked up and I saw the vehicle driving at a high rate of speed.
Did you have anything in your vehicle to make a determination how fast that vehicle was going?
No, sir.
So this was only by
just observation.
Observation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. What was the speed limit in the area?
The speed limit on the residential street is 25 miles an hour, and it appeared that the vehicle was going faster than 25 miles an hour.
But you didn't have any mechanical or any device to make a determination, or even a gun to show you how fast it was going?
No, sir.
You indicated that at some point in time, you're in the passenger seat. What type of vehicle is this?
What type of vehicle are we in?
Yeah.
Ford Explorer.
What type of vehicle was my client driving?
A white 2019 Dodge Durango.
So both SUVs, am I correct?
Correct.
Is the Explorer taller than the Durango, or are they about the same?
About the same height.
No special tires, no 23s, no special rims or anything on the Durango, if you remember.
Not that I can recall.
And you don't have 23s or large tires on the vehicle you're driving?
No, sir.
Okay. And you indicated that at some point in time you're behind the vehicle, all right?
Yes.
And that's when you believe you observed my client bending over. Which window are you looking through?
Directly through the rear window.
The rear view window?
Just the back window of the vehicle.
So there's a back window of the vehicle. You know if that back window had tint?
I don't believe it. Might have been slightly tinted.
And were there 3 rows of seating or 2 rows of seating, if you can remember, in the Durango?
It's a Durango, so it had 3 rows.
So there, and besides the other passenger, there were no other passengers in the vehicle, correct?
Just 2.
All right. And you indicate that the vehicle was pulled over, the occupant stopped, and you asked for a license. Well, you indicate that you don't ask for license because you're not talking to the driver.
Correct.
You go over to the passenger side, your partner, is that flannel, or is that Biggs who's talking to the driver?
Officer Flannel.
Do you know whether or not Officer Flannel receives a license and a registration or insurance from my client?
That I'm not sure.
Were you asked to run any information regarding my client from Officer Flannel?
At that time, I did not.
Where is Officer Biggs at this time?
I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe he was Assistant Officer Flannel with detaining Mr. Dobbins.
Is Mr. Dobbins taken out of the vehicle, if you know?
Yes.
Is that during the initial stop, or well, let me ask you another way. Is the passenger still in the vehicle as Mr. Dobbins is removed from the vehicle?
Yes.
And you're always on the other side of the passenger, correct?
Yes.
You indicate the first question you asked her was about a CPL and a weapon, all right?
Correct.
And do you find out later that that she does have a CPL?
I later discovered that she had a CPL, but it was suspended.
the area where you indicate that you found the weapon is a secret area, am I correct?
It's a compartment yes, a compartment, yes.
It's not a part, it's not something that you look into the vehicle that you can automatically see.
Correct.
There's some point in time that you have to remove any of the dashboard or the, anything around the dashboard to get into the area where the gun was located.
The radio, yes.
The radio itself was, it wasn't, was it a factory radio, if you could make a determination?
It was.
And did you have to remove the dashboard and the radio, or just the radio itself?
Just the radio itself.
Did you have to use a crowbar or a screwdriver, or any type of anything you use to pull it out?
Just my handcuff key.
Excuse me?
Handcuff key.
Okay. And how did you use your handcuff key and remove it?
So the partially is, so with the Chrysler products, they're commonly used, those locations are commonly used to conceal contraband. However, you press it against it lightly and it's gonna come off. And in this situation, I almost really didn't have to use it, but I used it and it came off with no issue.
When you talk about contraband, you talking about drugs?
Anything.
Anything? So you find out that the area where the gun is found is a secreted area. The vehicle belongs to the passenger.
Yes.
Is that correct? Was she released?
After she received several tickets, she was released.
You also indicated you found a clip, or you indicated your partner found
The magazine?
the magazine.
Yes, on the approach to the vehicle, it was, as we were detaining Mr. Dobbins, it was at his feet.
Did you actually observe the clip
Yes.
prior to it being recovered?
No.
Okay. Officer, I think that's about all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Your Honor, people move that the defendant be found over weapons carrying concealed. Reserve argument.
Even at this point in time, we talk about the probable cause standard. They've not been able to show that there's probable cause to find there's enough evidence on this record to show that CCW can be charged. The officer indicated, I think he's indicated, I think one of the last questions I asked, you see where that clip was prior to it being found, and he said no. We know that the weapon was secreted in the vehicle. Secreted in the vehicle that's not owned by my client. My client is driving the vehicle, passenger who has a CPL. If the weapon was on the floor, if the weapon was on the seat of the weapon was in the vehicle where it could be seen, where my client would know that there's a weapon in the vehicle. Because you have to show not just control and dominion, but also knowledge. In this instance, Your Honor, we don't have knowledge. We have a weapon that's been secreted in the vehicle, as the officers indicated. He had to remove the radio to get to the weapon. So I would indicate, Your Honor, at this point in time, there is not enough evidence to find probable cause that this crime occurred. My client can be charged this time with CCW. Thank you.
Your Honor, the officer testified that he observed the defendant doing something, leaning towards the center console where the weapon was actually found. Prior to the vehicle stopping, it took a while for the vehicle, the defendant to stop the vehicle. So right there, that the officer testified that gave him no suspicion that there was a weapon involved. Magazine was found in the vehicle. Not actual finding was not observed by witness. Still had vehicle reasonableness to search the vehicle. He found the vehicle in a place where he identified contraband, including everything, drugs, weapons would be found. This is a question of fact. We're the trier of fact. We believe people have met the burden of proof probable cause to have this man found. Thank you.
Your Honor, just to say, if and like I said earlier, if the weapon is out and it was in an area where my client had, and like I said, control and dominion and knowledge, the knowledge aspect or the knowledge element is not been met. I think that if this was my client's vehicle, it would be something different. It's the passenger's vehicle. The passenger has knowledge of what's in the vehicle. We can't show, the officer can't show what my client knew about what was in the vehicle that was secret. So I would indicate, and he indicated that this wasn't an easy proposition for him to get the radio out. He had to use a key to remove this radio to reach this weapon. So I would indicate that the knowledge element has not been met at this point in time, and it has to be dismissed.
I'll briefly point out that the weapon was determined to be stolen out of Houston, Texas, and the defendant was only in Michigan and having been living in Houston, Texas. Right.
Okay, so I think the one statement from Officer Perry that changes this case is that he stated that he observed the defendant make movements with both his hands toward the radio area center on this side of the vehicle once he was initiating, or his partner was initiating the stop. Officer Perry observed his speeding and randomly, then the vehicle came up with no insurance. So we had to stop based off of Officer Perry believed to be speeding, but also a no insurance vehicle operating on the roadway. And along with Officer Perry observing the defendant making no movement towards the middle of the vehicle. That I believe, turn to side, at this point goes to knowledge and ability to have dominion and control of what ended up being that weapon in the area that the defendant was reaching for. So this time, I do believe people have met the burden of proof here, because and officers have reasonable suspicion to believe that the defendant had or could gain immediate control of the firearm that they found based off the magazine, we found the defendant's foot, along with the gestures that were being made when the stop was initiated. So with that, I will have you, Mr. Donovan, bound over Third Circuit Court, Frankfurt Hall of Justice. You are out of custody, so it'll be 2 weeks from today, June 23rd at 9:05 a.m. We have to change the date.
No, that's okay. I know you can't change that day. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. Nothing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You got it. And wait for me outside. Everyone have a good weekend. Be safe if you pay, and if you leaving out here late.
This is case 2355876, people of the state of Michigan versus Perry Jerome Williams. Mr. Williams is charged with count 1 weapons, firearms, possession by felon, count 2 weapons carrying concealed, count 3 and 4, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, count 5, 6, and 7, weapons, guns, firearms, second offense, additional offender court, step for defense. Appearances.
Evans Milwaukee, P5488, here on behalf of the people.
Carolyn Chapman Marsh, P1887, on behalf of Mr. Williams, who will be present.
Mr. Williams, please state your full name for the record, please.
Barry Jerome Williams.
Hey, any preliminary matters?
Yes, Your Honor, people has a exhibit 1 proposed is register of actions from the Third Circuit Court, case number 97-008-542-01-FC, which is certified, indicating that the defendant was found guilty of weapons previously, weapons felony firearm, robbery armed, 2 counts of that, and assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. That occurred on May 6, 1998.
And that's got an opportunity to review.
Yes, Your Honor, I did see it. I have no objection for exam purposes.
Okay, it'll be a minute as people exhibit 1. Anything else for the usual sequestration?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Is anyone on YouTube or Zoom who may be a witness on this case or may testify? Now's your time to log off. And same for anyone in the courtroom who may testify or may be a witness on this case. Now's your time to exit the courtroom. You can call your first witness, Mr. Swan.
Officers Stephen Scott and may approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Marlene, what's your plan to take?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. Can you state your name and occupation for the record, please?
Stephen Scott, that's 444. I'm in Georgia Police, my prison.
How long have you been with the department?
6 years this month.
Were you on duty February 25th this year?
Yes, I was.
And were you on duty in the area of 7 Mile and Hayes, City of Detroit, California?
Yes.
What type of uniform were you wearing?
Class B,
Which means
blue uniform.
insignias, badge,
Yes. Police identifiers, all that.
type of vehicle you were in?
Fully marked, white scout car.
What were you doing in that area?
Me and my partner were on patrol.
And your partner's name is?
Matthew Baldwin.
And what did you observe while you were in that area?
We were driving. We came up to the intersection of 7 Mile and Hayes, stopped in front of the Coney Island, which is at the intersection. And I saw Sabree in the vestibule of the Coney Island.
Is that person in the courtroom today?
Yes.
You indicate his location and piece of clothing that he was wearing?
Yes, he's just to your right. He's wearing, it's like a light gray polo.
Excuse me. Let the record reflect that the officer has identified the defendant.
So reflected.
You said you observed the defendant in the vestibule of the restaurant?
Yes, I did.
And what did you observe of him?
He was the only one inside. We were stopped in lane of traffic. We looked inside and he was.
Say one more time, I couldn't barely hear. You said he was the only one.
Yes, he was the only one inside the Coney Island vestibule. We were stopped in a lane of traffic at the intersection. I looked inside the vestibule, I saw him, he was leaning up against the counter and his front hoodie pocket was swinging really heavy. And at some point, he looked over at us. And when he saw us, he made a quick gesture to place his body up against the counter and kind of moved away from our view.
And what, in your experience as a police officer, what is better?
It would make me believe that he's trying to conceal a weapon or something.
And what occurred next?
You know, our partner exited our scout car and went inside to conduct an investigation.
Did you approach, I assume you approached the defendant?
Yes, we approached him.
What occurred next?
My partner was standing on his left side and I was positioned behind him. At this point, Sabree did not move at all. He was still rigid in the same position. My partner asked him if he had a firearm on him, and he told my partner no. With his left hand, he was pulling out a cell phone, and at the same time, he was with his right hand pulling out a firearm with his right hand, which I was able to see because I was standing behind him.
When you say it's a firearm, can you tell us?
It was a black Glock. He was pulling it out with his right hand on his right side, which is out of view of my partner.
And what occurred next?
I alerted my partner that he had a gun, tried to grab it, and it got physical with the three of us trying to fight it with a firearm.
And say physical, be more specific.
Spirit was pulling away. He was tucking the firearm under his body. And I'm trying to also grab the firearm also. And so is my partner. We're still standing up, rocking against the wall, against the door, telling him to stop, let go of the firearm. It's not complying at all.
Eventually, you have to take more extreme measures.
Yes, at this point, when I saw we weren't getting anywhere, I unholstered my firearm, acquired a target. I said, at this point, when I saw we weren't getting anywhere from removing the firearm from him, I unholstered my weapon and acquired the target on to Ms. Perry. Luckily, my partner was able to get the firearm from his possession, and I reholstered him. We were able to get Ms. Perry down to the ground, but we're still trying to get him in handcuffs.
Did you eventually get him in handcuffs?
Yes, after we struggled outside the door of the Coney Island, we did get him into handcuffs.
What was the type of, oh, I'm sorry. Was the weapon loaded?
I don't remember.
Did you run any type of beam?
Yes, that would be a standard practice for us.
Okay, and what did that mean?
I don't recall. I put in my report. If I can read.
Would reviewing your report help you correct?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, first you with the shooter?
Yeah.
Officer, did that help you? Refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay, and you ran a lean?
Yes, we ran a lean and there was no valid CPL for Sperry.
This time you're on.
So officer, when you were on routine patrol, were you the driver or passenger?
I would be the passenger.
So you were the one closest to the Coney Island, let me hear your statement.
Yes.
And the Coney Island was open for business.
Yes.
And you said you first observed Mr. Williams, who was in Coney Island in the evening.
Yes.
And did you have to park your vehicle going to Coney Island?
Yes.
And you stated that, Mr. Williams was wearing a hoodie, is that correct?
Yes.
And one of the pockets looked unnatural to you, is that correct?
Yes.
So when you approached Mr. Williams, you stated, you were on one side of him and your partner was on the other, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, put your hand in his pocket to see the fact that there was something bulging in the pocket?
Before or after?
You walked up to him,
Yes.
you or your partner asked him, did he have a weapon, is that correct?
Yes.
And he said no, is that correct?
Yes.
And you put your hand in his pocket where you saw the bulge?
No.
Okay. Did you attempt to pat down the outer part of the clothing where you saw the bulge?
No.
And you said at some point he pulled out a cell phone, is that correct?
Yes.
Was that the pocket where you saw the bulge?
I don't know if the pocket was a single pocket or if it was two pockets on either side. But my partner, when he pulled out the cell phone, he pulled out the pistol with his other hand.
Okay, so the cell phone and the weapon were not in the same pocket, is that correct?
Again, I don't know if the pocket connected or if it was two individual pockets.
Okay, so we're talking about a hoodie that has a front pocket on it, is that your statement?
Yes.
Okay. So did you have, body camera on at this time?
Yes,
Okay, was it operational?
it was.
Was. Thank you, I have no further questions.
No redirect, Your Honor. No other witnesses, Your Honor.
I should say,
No
one
one
defense
is.
record.
Your Honor, people move that the defendant be bound over on all charges. All 5 charges. Oh, I'm sorry, 7 charges. To the second court, we believe, reserve argument.
Your Honor, at this point, I believe it is a fact question. I will reserve argument in terms of the search for higher court. This court is going to find this over and some arguments.
Just what you have anything to say?
So definitely, so you read.
It is a question of fact. I do believe the people have committed murder based off of the testimony that was provided today. The officer testified that he observed the defendant to have what appeared to be a heavy front or right, depending on the type of sweatshirt, hoodie. And based off of that, and along with a quick gesture, as with the officer appeared to believe that the defendant was hiding something, they pulled to him and his partner pulled to Coney Island and 7 Mile and Hay, and approached and engaged with the defendant, asked the defendant if he had a weapon. And during that time, the defendant pulled out his phone, and also the officer saw the defendant with a Glock on the left side, left hand part of it, and that's when what was described as a struggle began with the defendant trying to retrieve that weapon, and they were eventually successful in doing so, and taking the defendant to the ground and putting him in handcuffs. There was no valid CPL found in the lead search, and also the people had admitted for that purpose only certified copy of conviction that was satisfied. All counts here for the 2 officers, so count 3 and 4 for assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, and the remaining counts. So Mr. Williams, You'll be brought over to Third Circuit Court, Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Your arraignment on the information there will be 2 weeks from today if you are not in custody. That'll be June 23rd at 9:05 a.m. And bodies continue unless.
Your Honor, I do have 2 issues. My investigative report indicated that police officer body cam is not available and I did not receive it, so I would ask the court to instruct the people to. And also, Your Honor, I would ask that Mr. Williams be permitted to travel prior, actually, the date that he was to travel is after the arraignment. Who wants to travel to pick up his daughter in Las Vegas. He will be traveling by plane on June the 25th and return July the 1st. And the reason I'm asking this court is even though his arraignment date is the 25th, quite often they are changing those dates. So I would ask permission to travel.
Okay, Mr. Sawaki with the discovery first.
I will contact, find out.
Okay, so I will just state that people need to provide that body cam.
Right.
And as far as the request for Mr. Williams to leave the state to go to Nevada, any objection?
Your Honor, I do object to the fact the charges are very serious. Other than that, I'll leave it up to the court's discretion.
I will allow for it. You have a deadline?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I don't see any cases history in here. You just to return back to your court date,
Yes.
whatever court date that is, or after your arraignment information, you return.
I'll return back on the first.
Okay. And if you don't, then they'll issue a warrant.
No,
You don't want to go to the.
I've been in trouble with so long. I'm just,
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will sign the order and allow you to leave, I'll put 1 day before Monday, so 24th of July.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anything else?
You want me to do an order on one?
I do.
Thank you. I should have known that.
This is the last case. We get out of here.
All right.
Anything else for the record?
Nothing.
Nothing further. Thank you very much.